Shelby today stumped me with this. He said that spring is the most suicidal time of the year, that people will be more apt to commit suicide in spring. Now, I would have guessed February. I mean, there is a little month that's just tough to get through with. Why spring? The wetness?
My theory is that you're depressed during winter. It's just cold, you're miserable, stepping in slush, and then you expect spring to roll around. It's going to be warmer, and that'll make you happy, but just the warm weather does not come close to the happiness you think.
All right, that's actually a pretty good one. You know what I mean? That's like that thing when you're a little kid and you get to Disney World and you're like, fuck, this long ride and this is it? That's not really Mickey Mouse. It's a fucking kid in a suit. You know what I mean? And you don't even tell your parents that you're bummed out by it. But same with like Christmas. Like you would open up that last present and go like this. That's what I was waiting for all this time? Fucking socks and an Etch-a-Sketch? I don't know.
Like you're just walking through to your car, just whipping winds, burning you. You're thinking, okay, I'm going to get to spring. It's going to be nice. And then it's just, kind of mild. You're like, no, it's never going to get better.
Don't you want to see the end of baseball season, though? That's what I always fucking gets me when people commit suicide. I'm always thinking, like, isn't there one more thing that they just wanted to find out the end to? Like, so you could just think to yourself before you hang yourself, I wonder what they will do with the new Star Wars. It's probably going to blow, but I might just wait and see.
It could be worth it.
You don't know.
Boardwalk Empire, I want to see that final season.
Are they going to kill Nucky off?
Gotta know.
You don't know.
The spring thing's totally bizarre. I don't understand.
Now, normally in most religions, suicide is the lowest thing that you could do, even lower than murder. And I think they had to set that up to keep people from having an easy checkout. You know what I mean? I think they had to put a handle on you that eternity will not be better than this. Because they tell everybody eternity is going to be better. Eternity is going to be. So if you really were a person of faith, it would be much better to be dead than alive, right?
Yeah.
So they have to fucking give this extra thing, so you just can't say, I'm tired of this shit. I'm going to go on to a heavenly existence.
There's no free ride, right? Like this, you have to deal with this.
Yes, you got to put up with this fucking hardship known as planet Earth.
It's pretty smart on their part. It's a good fail-safe.
Oh, yeah, they're really good at organizing people. There's no doubt about it. They're the best at that. Hey, Kaylee in Tulsa, you're on the Run and Fez show.
Hey, how are you guys?
Good.
Hey, I'm just sitting here thinking about Gwyneth Paltrow and Chris Martin breaking up, and she writes that website, that Goop thing, and she's always got gluten-free and dairy-free and meat-free recipes. Don't you bet that he is dying to sit his fat ass in a corner and eat a freaking cheeseburger somewhere?
Do you think that he didn't eat what he didn't want to eat because of his chick?
I don't know. I mean, she always talked about how healthy the whole family was, and they were always doing these cleanses and detox and all that crap. And he had to, maybe not willingly, but had to participate a little bit since he was living in the home. But I bet somewhere he's in, a cafe eating the bacon and eggs and any kind of artery clogging crap he can find.
All right, good call on that. I never get the guys who don't do stuff when their chick's around as opposed to when they do. You know what I mean? How are you ever going to work things out unless you say, okay, I dig you, but I eat a lot of fucking cheeseburgers. Get that into your head. I don't want to fucking hide around.
I thought he was into all that. That's why they were together. They have 2 kids together.
Well, you're saying as if she was bringing us truth. She's just a phone caller, Chris. That's the thing about you. Do you think you'll be better dead or alive? Because I'm going to tell you, I think dead would be perfect for you.
I'm worth more dead. Took a decent life insurance.
Huh. You got life insurance?
Yeah.
How much?
$100,000.
How much you got? Who are you giving them all the money to?
It's my chick.
Why are you giving her everything?
Everything, yeah.
Give her 80. I'll take fucking 20. If I had fucking...
Not divvying it up. It's just her.
Give me 20 so I can move a couple... You know what?
Yeah.
Leave it to her, but let me invest it for her, and I'll fucking turn that 100 of yours into a lifetime.
Put it into a trust.
Let me fucking Mr. Mooney her ass. If she needs anything, she'll come over, and I'll fucking sign the check out for her.
It's going to her, and that's it.
She's going to waste it.
That's her prerogative. If she wants to waste it, she can waste it, but that's for her.
Is your funeral supposed to come out of that money?
I don't even want it. Just fucking burn me
Fez,
up.
do you have any life insurance? You probably can't get it now.
No, I don't have any.
Wow.
How can you not?
I just never got around to it. Then I kept having heart attacks, and I figured I couldn't get it.
Well, who's going to pay for your burial?
Well, I have some money set aside for that. And I don't want to be buried. I always thought I wanted to be buried. No, just burn me up at this point.
All right.
Let everyone know that, just in case.
All right, done deal. Should I? What am I going to do with your ashes?
You could Hudson River them. Don't keep them on a mantle. I think that scares me.
Why would I keep your ashes on a mantle?
A lot of people keep the ashes of the love, like they go ahead and burn them and then keep them like on a shelf in their house.
Yeah.
Next to the matches.
Yeah. So you just want them poured in the Hudson?
Yeah, that's fine. Just get rid of them.
If we're going to do that, why am I even fucking burning you? Why not just chuck you into the Hudson, let the fish peck at you?
Because I'll bloat.
Yeah, at first, and then you sink back down.
I'm going to surface.
I'll fucking tie chains around you.
It's easy.
I think it would be better to have fish food.
You'd be going back to the earth instead of, hurting the environment by getting sent up in a goddamn incinerator, right?
Mm-hmm. It would be the best for everybody.
Yeah. Don't like Tibetan monks just drop dead bodies and throw them to the wolves, literally, and then just feed them?
Some places, yeah. Other places, they feed birds with them.
Yeah.
Because, it's the right thing. It's circle of life.
So,
there's no circle of life of burning somebody. Why don't you want to have your ashes spread down in your hometown, Pinellas Park?
Hell yeah.
I don't know. That doesn't feel so much like a place where I want to spend eternity.
Mm.
I don't know. Maybe at a Bucks game if they shot him out of the cannon.
I don't think they let you do that.
Well, you're firing more dead bodies.
Because
the score.
And then the way they fucking score, it's be like, I can't believe it. Grandma's been packed in that fucking cannon now for 3 weeks. There's gonna be an away game. Bill in New York, you're on the Run and Fez show.
Hey, Ronnie, how's it going?
Good, we're just figuring out what to do with Fez's ashes.
You guys called me out on my screen name in the tournament challenge.
What's that?
Shelby didn't have a night. Oh, you said it was boring, unoriginal. I think Shelby told me to fuck you along those lines.
So you're in first place, dude.
Yeah, for now. I got a little hole in my bracket. I don't think I'm going to win, but that's all right.
Well, just that the other name was so good. What was it, Chris?
It was Shelby's Fat Lips, Pep's Fat Tits.
Yeah.
And then UberX 3. Oh, fucking brainbuster
there. Your name isn't as good, dude.
No, it's not. Well, you're allowed to have, 10 brackets? My first one I named, then I got boring and lazy on the other 9.
All right, bro. Talk to you later, man.
Well, hang on. Well, that's one for Shelby, though. But Shelby told me to fuck off. I'd like to say to him, if my name's that boring and unoriginal, at least I could be qualified to be a producer for the Ron and Fez show.
That is true. He isn't fucking qualified. Here's something that you could do. Just be waiting down here, and when he comes outside, just fucking whip his ass in the street.
Yeah, slap him around a little bit.
Yeah.
Make him your bitch.
Teach him a fucking lesson.
Make him your little slut.
I'll take him by the lips. I'll swing him around.
Nice. All right. Talk to you later, bro.
Good work, UberX 3.
Shelby, you better keep your fucking head on a swivel. This guy's coming, and he's bringing hell with him.
Gotta concealed carry this thing.
I'm surprised he doesn't already carry a gun. It's fucking amount of shit he talks.
Maybe you could have some of your comedy nerd fucking idols walking you outside. Hey, Carl in DC, you're on the Run and Fez show.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Yeah.
I have a bit of a conundrum. I don't know what any of you guys look like, and I've been a huge fan. I don't know if you remember, I went to Chicago with a Bennington Cupcake or Bust sign on the back of my truck.
No.
And anyway, Mike, I got a petrified Bennington Cupcake that I saved. It's one of my valued possessions. Anyway, yesterday, Shelby met a comedian who he didn't know what she looked like, but knew her act. I know what none of you look like. I've never been to the website, and I have my own image in my head. My question is, I'm starting a fresh life. I just sold everything. I'm going on a road trip, and I'm headed to New York. I would like to know if you guys think it's smart to let the mystery be, because I do have so much fun with you. I'm a bit of a loner, and you're my best friends. Or do I come by and take y'all out to dinner?
Carl, I gotta tell you the truth. This fucking call is so weird that there's no way we'd want to have dinner with you. If you would have just called out of nowhere and said, "Hey, I might be in town. Maybe I'll stop by and we'll do something with you guys," it would have been great. But the weirdness of the heaviness that you gave this, it's probably why you're a loner.
It's definitely why I'm a loner. I'm a weird cat. But I thought it'd be, if we were going to know what you look like, to meet you face to face was my...
No, not going to happen now. We're all frightened of you. We're as scared as if we're comedy nerds.
Yeah.
You sound like a psycho killer.
Can I ask what Shelby thought of seeing...
Oh, God. Shelby, hide. The bad man's coming. Trace that fucking call.
Yeah, we will, because that guy's going to try to kill us.
And eat us.
I don't mind that.
Circle of life. It's circle of life. We come from the cannibals, so to the cannibals we should be returned.
I don't even see why cannibalism's a fucking crime.
Matt, you're on the Run of Fez show.
Yeah, hey, I got an idea for Fezzy's funeral, Ron. Yeah. Let's take his ashes, soak him in gasoline, and then, as a tribute, that special book of matches, and light him up.
Fez, I thought you bought a plot, a cemetery plot.
Yeah, right after I bought an ash plot next to my dad. Right after he died,
yes.
That was one of those emotional things where it's like, yeah, fine, I want to be near my father. Yeah, give me this plot.
Yes.
So, but I have no intention on going in that thing.
So they just fucking banged you out for however much that cost?
How much it cost?
$150.
That's not so bad.
I figured it would be more.
You know what? I'm going to give you $300. Get me 2 plots anyway.
And then that includes your name on a plaque in the Memorial Garden.
Memorial Garden.
How big is it? Is it a nice garden?
The fucking plot at $150 is got to be fucking tiny.
Ugh. Screw this. Seems like funeral directors are mostly rip-off artists.
Oh, yeah. But here's what happens, because I know a guy who is one. A lot of people come in. My mom died. I want the finest coffin you have. I want ivory things. I want a giant cherub statue, and then they don't pay.
Wow.
Because, like Fez said, it's an emotional thing. So at one point you're crying, I want my mom to have the best. And after that, you start to look, $32,000? Fuck this. You ain't getting shit out of me. So they're always the last check to be paid. The last bill that goes out every month is going to be your funeral bill. Here's Tony. Tony, you're on the Ron and Fez show. Tony in Boston.
Hey, Ron. What's happening? I just wanted to comment on the conversation you guys were having about the suicide rates in the spring.
Yeah.
The reason I work for an organization, we do suicide prevention.
Okay, I work for SiriusXM, so we both got good jobs.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, we're both helping people.
I have a couple of radio shows too. Okay. I don't know if you knew
You're doing great.
The reason why people tend to kill themselves more in the spring is actually people are more vulnerable when they have more energy. So people are down in winter months, and they feel, I guess, that other people are down. So they kind of feel like they're not alone. And then in the spring, they feel there are two things. They feel like they're the only ones that are still down while everybody is enjoying, the warmer weather. And then they tend to also have more energy and tend to follow through more with a suicide plan. So that's why it's a time when doctors and family members should be paying attention to someone when they're coming out of their depression, because they're more likely to kill themselves.
Chris, I want you to stay at Fez's house tonight.
Okay.
Now, when people call you, are they less likely to kill themselves? If someone says, I'm going to kill myself, are they less likely?
I don't. It depends. I think if they are reaching out to someone, calling like a suicide prevention hotline, that's just a cry for help. And if they don't hear someone, if they don't get access to someone who can help them, then they are more likely. But yeah, we just say, if someone is telling you that they are thinking of killing themselves, then to always take it seriously, no matter how. I don't know if you think the person is just complaining or whatever, just always take it seriously. So
I would love to work the suicide prevention hotline. If you ever need anybody, I would love to do it.
Absolutely. We'll get you right on the list, Ron.
I'd like to do it while I'm on the air, though, because I feel like I'd get better calls. I feel like I would get better calls there than I do from these people. Like that other weirdo caller before us.
That guy's probably masturbating right now.
I hope he kills himself before he comes up here and murders us.
We could maybe just throw Shelby to him. Maybe that'll satiate his bloodlust.
The only other thing I worry about if I worked a suicide prevention hotline is that I would eventually go like this. You were right. I mean, life is hard. There isn't any reason to go on.
Shit, your life is fucked up.
Chris, if I have to see you picking a fucking pen in your ear and looking at it again, I might kill myself. You do this constantly.
Yeah.
It's fucking subhuman, dude. And, matter of fact, 2 weeks ago, we had a thing with all the bosses. Chris is telling a story and picking his nose as he's doing it.
Oh, God.
Picking his nose as he's telling people what he's supposed to be doing in the coming weeks.
That's bad, huh?
Yeah, it's antisocial.
Ronnie, do you think I can get a quick plug for my organization?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, it's awesome. It's called Screening for Mental Health. We're a national nonprofit. We're actually, if people go to staystrongboston.org, we're setting up support services for people, with the marathon happening and the bombings last year. So thanks, Ron. Appreciate it.
When is the Boston Marathon this year?
The marathon's on the 21st of April on what we have Patriots Day here. They're doing a week before on April 15th. They're going to be doing a memorial service for the bombings. So they're trying to keep it separate. They really want to move on. The city definitely wants to move on.
Sure.
But there are definitely people who are still struggling, and the anniversary will, bring up definitely memories of the bombings and trigger some PTSD. So we're trying to provide some support services for that. So
I can't believe it's only a year. It seems like it's been even longer,
Less than a month.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's weird too, because like everything else, when we had the Boston Marathon bombings, and then we had the Red Sox winning the World Series, and everybody's really like pumped and ready to go, but there's still just people that are still struggling. So, but yeah, it does seem like it was so long ago.
All right, man. Thanks for calling. Good luck with your organization.
All right, thanks, guys. Appreciate
Peace.
it. Love the new show on Raw Dog. So thanks a lot.
Yeah, although it sounds a lot like the old show today, but that's how our prep goes. 866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez. Oscar in Texas, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, Roddy B. I'm really thinking about hurting myself. My wife.
Hold on, could you hold on for a second, Oscar? Trying to get a lunch thing in. So you're saying tuna or egg salad? There's no kind of a hoagie or sandwich, or like an Italian sandwich?
No, they're just doing tuna.
I'm not a child. I want to eat like an adult. So go ahead, Oscar.
Oh, yeah. My wife left me, and
hold on for 1 sec. 1 sec. There's nothing like hot, like maybe a pasta plate or.
They have soup.
I don't want fucking soup. It's spring. You know what I mean? Soup is a beverage, in my opinion. You should say to me, "Oh, what do you want to eat? Hot chocolate." Because to me, that's the same as getting a soup.
Chicken soup is a soup. It's not a beverage.
Yes, it's soggy food inside something hot and wet. That's not food.
I really hate soup.
I mean, if you separated the broth away from the thing, that's the meal. If I just handed you soggy potatoes, soggy peas.
That is
so. Go ahead, Oscar.
I'm sorry. I must have got the wrong number. Is this not the suicide hotline?
All right, thanks. It's just so goddamn annoying. I don't know why. I don't know why people are so quick to commit suicide. I mean, everything else you got to plan in your life, right? Like someday I hope to. Well, everyone should have a someday suicide plan.
I have mine. Was where I throw myself in front of a subway car here in New York City.
That's not a good one, dude. That might not kill you. What you don't want to have is a suicide that may not kill you.
Yeah, failed suicide. There's nothing worse than that.
Especially if you jump in on the wrong end of the track, where it's really just crawling into a stop. You got to hit that other end when it's just barreling into the station.
Fez is saying go down in the tunnel pretty good before you jump out in front of it.
Okay.
Really send those limbs flying.
Why don't you do the opposite? Why don't you just go over and start fucking the third rail until you fucking explode?
See, I feel like that's less of a guarantee than throwing yourself in front of the actual car.
I know, but it's closer to like being an exciting action movie or a video game. Treat it like it's Frogger. Like, just keep fucking around. And everybody's like, he kept yelling that he was playing Frogger.
There's a man on the tracks.
And then if you get hit by a train, just go like this. That could be like your last words.
I'm writing all this down.
You should write it down. And do what you normally do. Fucking lose it right afterwards. There was so many pictures of people that put up with their dogs yesterday. I was shocked.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, it was really great.
Like, it didn't stop. It was just a ridiculous amount of rescues.
It went on. The rescue dog stuff went on in the late into the night.
I loved it. I like dogs. I like cats.
Well, a lot of cats were in there too.
Yeah. I'm a cat fan. A lot of people hate them.
Why didn't you get Fez's cat?
I didn't know he was getting rid of it. I didn't know he was going to kill it.
No one did. I even offered to watch it when he was in the nut hut. And little did I know it was already dead.
Rotting somewhere. Just bloating up. And
Fez also has a piece up of on the iBank today of people that look like they're college mascots. You can check that out. It's up on the Interbank. It's very, very funny. Nice visions of people who look like they're college mascots.
It's like that's the reason why they went to that school.
Brad, you're on the Run and Fez show.
Hey, Fezzy, you could get your body shot up into outer space after you die, and maybe you could pin a note on your shirt or something like, hey, if you find me, I died in 2000 whatever, and use your advanced technology to bring me back to life. You might wake up a million years from now after flying around in a spaceship being frozen.
Either that or you get fucking, you're found by ant fucking aliens and they eat you.
That might be tasty.
Mike, you're on the Run and Fez show.
Ronnie B, $1 million.
Million.
I just wanted to congratulate Pepper on getting married recently. I want to send him a gift, and I was just wondering what he's registered under on the Silk Road.
I'm not registered on the Silk Road, sir.
Dude, he's trying to give you that kind of gift.
But I do have an email, and it's phicks202@gmail.com.
All right. Boy, you don't even fucking get anything. No. You're sitting there fucking, he's trying to give you code words. You're like, I'm not registered to get married, sir. Yeah, you are. Married to some hi.
I just want to stay as far away from the Silk Road as possible.
Get right in the middle of it.
No.
Just say you're there for fucking radio purposes. We're doing that journalistic thing to see how Silk Road works.
Yeah, okay. It's the deep net.
See how easy it is. Leslie says never get a double plot when they put the stone on and then they leave it. My great-grandmother, my whole life, and she lived until I was in my 20s, her name was on a stone with her birth date down and the rest left open. So when we went out to see my great-grandfather's plot, I had to look at that. Now, by the way, I think this has changed immensely, that people don't take kids to the cemetery like I was younger. Like a lot of times on Sundays, we would stop at the cemetery and my mom and dad would go, brush off some things of some fucking people that were dead. And I'd be like, Yeah, great place to fucking play football. There's a lot of wide open spaces. We could get a ball game going here. You know, I'd be running around the cemetery and stuff, but then I never did that with my kids. I don't think people do it. I don't think they visit cemeteries the way they used to.
My parents never took me to a cemetery. They never.
Well, you don't even have the regular cemetery experience in New York because they're just you got to go too far away, and then they're massive.
Oh yeah, there's a cemetery in my neighborhood, not my neighborhood, in Queens, that's gigantic. It just goes on forever. It goes on for blocks and blocks and blocks.
I'm gonna actually, when the weather breaks, I'm gonna go over to that Brooklyn cemetery where they have Basquiat and all the old jazz guys and shit like that. I've always wanted to go over there. And now I have a buddy that lives in that neighborhood. So I'm definitely, as soon as it gets nice, go see it. But I haven't been to it. Well, when I was in New Orleans, I was went over the cemetery.
Oh, nice.
Because I like the above ground thing.
Yeah, that's really cool.
It's very weird.
The cemetery that my grandparents are in, that I used to have to go to all the time, that can't possibly still be actually in business taking on new customers. Because that thing seemed so full when I was a kid.
Yeah, but they just stopped it. But there was a cemetery in my neighborhood in Pennsylvania that had like Revolutionary War people there. And there was no new tombstones, but those like really old ones. And then some people come there with this like paper and just kind of trace. It's like a fucking hobby you could have, just tracing these gravestones. Like you put this wax paper up on it, run a pencil over it. I would see them doing it all the time.
That's crazy, dude.
Finley, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Yeah, I'm a little pissed with Pepper Hicks. It's very inconsiderate to throw yourself in front of a train. You know, because you cause all kinds of tie-ups and delays on rush hour.
Yeah, that's the point. I'm a dick. I hate the MTA.
Well, but you don't hate the other passengers, and that's who you're really fucking up. You know, maybe some guy had to get home and see his baby.
Yeah, he's going to get there eventually.
Like a kid's field trip or something.
Yeah, eventually is not what we're looking for in our travel plans. Nick, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hi, what's up, Ryan?
Yeah.
Hey, I love the idea of the cockroach cartoon with Shelby as the voice. I was thinking another good character you could add to the show would be Chili Mo, the gay centaur.
My name's not Chili Mo.
Chili Mo, that girl. We ought to give out some Eric Burden today. I forgot. I wanted to be the plug king today. First responders will be doing that later today, and you can win Eric Burden and the animals. And we're going to do that because later in the show we're going to talk to a young lady who's just documented a movie about Boyce and Hart, the guys who wrote them. Those are the guys who wrote all the songs for the Monkees, all the original hits for the Monkees. So first responders contest. And call me the plug king if you want to. Signed by Eric Burden, the animals. 866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez. Here's Jim. Jim, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Yeah, guys. It's when you get a cemetery plot, you're actually just leasing it for. It's like a 99-year lease, so that's why you never see one really get filled up anymore because they just toss you out. Now, what they do with the bodies, I have no clue.
Well, there ain't going to be any bodies after 99 years, is there?
I would assume bones. They don't go anywhere.
Bones don't go anywhere?
Not to my knowledge. That's why they're all in the caverns in France, underground.
I thought it was ashes to ashes, dust to dust. I would just give those the dog ones out to dogs, you know?
Make them happy. What's good as a bag of bones doing anyone?
I wonder why a dog likes a bone so much.
I think because it's very chewable and they love to chew on things.
Yeah, but why do they? There's something with their fucking teeth, right? Their teeth ache or something?
I thought it was like it strengthens the teeth on the dog.
You're not going to strengthen something by fucking chewing a bone.
That's what I always thought.
Just because you thought it doesn't mean it makes any sense. Yeah, start typing. Faz, you start typing too. All ready? Go. Everybody just typing away. Typing away. And that's radio. That makes up for conversation. Anthony, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey guys, I live down the street from a cemetery, and I find the whole thing like fucking creepy. And I've decided that when I'm ready to go, I think I want to just like watch an episode of Cosmos and jump into a volcano and just scream like, "From whence I came." Right,
you didn't come from a volcano.
Sure.
Are you a mole person from the center of the earth?
Well, I'd rather go fly into the sun, but that's a little far. We can't manage that. So this is as close as it gets.
I know it'd be great to go back into the sun, man.
That would be the best.
Great.
Yeah,
I just figure you owe those atoms back to the fucking universe. They belong somewhere. You're just using them. They ain't yours. Those atoms existed before you were around. They deserve to get back out there again. Meet other atoms.
Form something. I don't know, a meteorite.
Look what it is. It's Hydrack Jenny.
Hello, boys. I don't know how I'm going to follow up a guy who came out of a volcano.
Yeah. Volcano bitch. He calls himself.
Mole man. I like that. Ronnie, you were saying, when I was a kid, my parents used to take me we'd go to the cemetery and, they'd clean up the plots and, plant some flowers. And you're right. I go to I go see my dad every now and then. Just, I don't know why. I think it's kind of therapeutic and kind of a little meditative. And I'll go and pop into the, to the cemetery and sit in front of the wall because he's in a mausoleum in the wall. And it's like my grandparents are there and my great grandparents. But it's like, you don't see people there anymore. I have a friend who's an old school Italian kid. He's my age, 42, 43. He goes once a month and goes and does all of his family plots. There's 6 of them all in a row, and he goes and plants flowers and because it's old school. I just don't think people think that you need to go to a cemetery to be in touch with the ones that you've lost now. I think it's a little different.
Yeah, it's a different thing, and we're also much more casual people. I mean, this might sound weird. We seem to me like we were always dressed up at the cemetery, and I don't know why. That's because we went after church, and then my dad said, "Oh, people don't." He used to say back then, "People don't go to the cemetery like they used to." And
they used to do it.
Yeah, my parents actually called me with this whole thing about a year ago that they had changed their mind what cemetery that they were going to go to, and they hoped that I wasn't upset about it. I'm like, "You're making a bigger deal out of this than you need to, because Ronnie B ain't going to be hanging around cemeteries. So go where you want to go."
I will say that we went when my dad died. My mother, my oldest brother, and myself went and picked out the casket, and it's really creepy because you're in the basement of a funeral home, and there's just it's like a used car. It's like a car showroom. There was 10 different caskets, and then you could choose them, and each of them have a variation. Do you want this a little plate on the side, and they were weird, fish and deer heads, and if someone was a hunter, you can customize them, and it was I don't know, it was just bizarre to be in there. It was kind of surreal. I was
well, you used to see what the white trash people do now. I mean, they just have fucking bizarre ones. A lot of football team stuff.
When we went in to pick out my dad's casket, they had this. It's really creepy because they had all different designs up on the wall, but just a quarter of the casket mounted on the wall so that they could display more. And then you have to walk through the baby caskets and stuff too. It's that's a horrible thing to do.
Well, why did he have a casket if you cremated him?
He was still in a casket for the funeral.
So a rental.
Yeah. And then
what did it cost you to rent the casket?
I think that was $1,500, $2,000
to rent,
just for the rental. Yeah,
no way. You're crazy with that price.
I'm trying to remember.
Why would it be that much? It's they couldn't be more than renting a car because they're going to just use it for one night. No way. It's $1,500. No fucking way.
I'll have to ask my brother.
Call him right now because I bet it was $150 tops.
Oh, that's creepy to think about a rental casket, too. That's like you go to the bed store and you buy a used bed. Who the hell wants
I'm sorry, you've been to a hotel before. You're laying in a bed other people have laid in. Just considering he just checked in for a night. That's why I think the $1,500 is a crazy number.
I don't know. I wouldn't want to buy a used casket. I don't know why. It's weird.
You worried too much, Johnny. You're gonna be You're gonna be buried in just a guitar case over at the Hard Rock
with a pair of famous pants on.
How many? If you died today, do you think you'd have a big funeral? I don't even know who I'd want at my funeral. I can't see more than half a dozen people there, tops.
Really? Come on now.
Really? Yeah.
You'd have hundreds of people.
I don't want hundreds of people there.
Well, I didn't say what you'd want. I'm saying what you'd get.
Who do you think I would get?
I'll be there.
All right, I got Johnny. I know Earl will be there.
I'll be there.
Chris, you don't own a black fucking suit. I don't want you showed up looking that relaxed.
I can't wear a hoodie? I mean, show my respects?
No, that doesn't show your respects. A hoodie doesn't show respects. What do you got, Fez?
Fezzy will be there, won't he?
No.
Well,
Fezzy
I don't know if I'll be
caused it.
alive.
Fezzy caused it. I said today I'm going to die. What are you going to die? You fucking half an hour before me? Trying to steal my thunder?
I know Shelby ain't going to be there, that's for sure. Shelby won't be
I don't want Shelby there.
Good.
Not with his glands.
If Fezzy isn't, who's going to do the eulogy if Fezzy's not there?
I'm not gonna have Fezzy do the eulogy.
I thought his eulogies were great.
I don't want him all locked up doing it. I want it to go fucking smooth.
Fezzy, you got the stick at the funeral.
You know what? If fucking Fez gets up and gets a fucking eulogy, and he gives a fucking great one, I guarantee you somebody in my family will say, "Oh, so now he talks."
I think Earl would probably give you a great eulogy.
Earl won't even be there when the fucking funeral starts.
Earl will faint.
Earl's late to everything.
He'll get the vapors while he's there, and he'll faint.
All right, Fez, let's hear your eulogy if you want to do it.
We're here today to honor a great man who we all absolutely loved. He was my best friend. It's Ron Bennington. Of course, you know that. That's
oh, God.
Here.
That is seriously. This fucking. Are you giving me a eulogy or a live read? I want you to give me something fucking that's really going to be great.
And to enter your promo code for Ron Bennington's funeral.
You say, we're here to honor a great man if a statesman dies. I am not a great man. That's not the way you eulogize me.
This will re-air Saturday at 8.
Seriously, it's a fucking live read.
Check on demand for Ron Bennington's funeral.
By the way, everybody check on demand all the time you can, please. We got it running now, but it's a pain in the ass. John, will your buddy John get me out a press release?
Yes, if you pass, we'll get you a press release out immediately.
Yeah, make it a really good one too.
It won't start with a great man or anything like that.
Right. Act like you know me. Not that somebody paid you to come in and do this. All right, do the proper eulogy, Fez.
Thank you, everyone, for being here today. On the saddest day any of us could imagine, when we bury Ron Bennington and we say goodbye to him. He was the one true friend to me.
Jesus, don't make it all about you, okay? Make it about my life a little bit, but for 5 seconds, you know what I mean? Don't make it about you. Start from the top. Make it really great, though. No one's crying. I know Chris didn't even look sad. If anything, you gave a disgusted look. Twice, seriously. I need somebody to fucking pull this off and nail it for me.
You had to
nail
do this on a weekend.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to get through this, but...
Why should you do that? Why would this be the only thing you could ever get through?
But I wanted to...
No, start from the top.
We're here today for our friend Ron Bennington. As I look out, I see so many people whose lives he touched. And think about the ones, his many, many listeners, and those lives that he touched as well.
Wait a minute.
Who aren't here,
that quickly?
and all the lives that he was able to touch.
Fez, stop with the
through
touching.
radio.
A lot of fucking lunatic
going on.
You got me just going around manhandling people. And don't bring up listeners at my fucking funeral. Stop checking your fucking phone. This is a eulogy.
Listeners got
I wouldn't do it at the funeral.
You're doing it now. This is the fucking run. You got to be in the moment. And your voice didn't even crack once. I swear to God, it sounds like he's burying a stranger. You know what it sounds like? Someone found a dead bird and the kids felt sad, so you took it in the backyard, put it in a fucking milk carton, and then you're pretending you're at a funeral. Make it a real funeral, Fezzy. Come on.
Today was a day I never wanted to see happen. It's when we say goodbye to Ron Bennington. Ron was my very best friend.
Again, stop making it about you. It's for everybody. My fucking kids are sitting there, and you're going to be like, oh, this is my personal loss. Well, at least one of my kids will be there, I'm sure. Come on, Fez, give me a real one.
Today's the saddest day I can think of. We're saying goodbye to Ron Bennington, a man who was so important to so many people, more people than he even realized, through his radio show and his interviews.
Oh my God, please. Just stop it. If you don't want to do this, just say, I don't want to do it. You're going to bring up fucking interviews during a goddamn beautiful funeral?
Left out of touch.
His carny work, drug sales,
Jesus,
and the short time that he was involved in the smash and grab industry.
Like a resume. Then
you know what? To actually say that I was the secret fucking head of the Pink Panthers. That would be exciting. Did you guys see 60 Minutes this week?
I didn't see it, no.
It's that group, they call them the Pink Panthers, that fucking ride motorcycles into the mall, smash the things, and grab diamonds. They're my favorite criminals of all time.
Oh, that sounds great.
I mean, I think if you're going to be a man and pull off a fucking crime, stealing diamonds has got to be up at the top.
That maybe art, also stealing crazy ass art.
Where are you going to sell that?
I guess like secret rich dudes. I don't know. Other criminals, I would guess, is where the
what other criminals are going to want your fucking art? How many guys? Criminals normally have velvet fucking paintings. You unfocused bastard. You can't turn over. If you steal Rembrandt, you're not going to be able to sell it to somebody because they can't put it up.
And wasn't that missing? There's a great painting and all, but
that Warhol that you have there,
the Mona Lisa. I think they mentioned that was
to my private collection that not even I can look at.
I think robbing a bank it's too low brow now.
Well, you'll see like every now and then some guy just goes to the bank with a note. No one ever has a gun anymore. It's like, and they get like $2,000, and then they get caught.
Yeah, there's
an
no
hour
way.
and a half later.
Fucking stealing from a 7-Eleven or a Wawa.
It's like if you could orchestrate something where you emptied out the safe but didn't just stick up a teller, that would seem a little bit more...
Is this the eulogy?
No.
Okay, because it's the first time I saw you throwing yourself into it. Well, what would be in the safe, though? What's in the safe at those places? Because they don't keep the kind of bread that they used to years ago. No one shows up and goes, I need that $1 million in fucking cash right now. Where these diamonds, it doesn't take that many diamonds. I mean, you could have a lunch bag and it's worth a fucking $1 million of diamonds.
You need to hit like a Federal Reserve. If you're going to hit a bank, it's got to be what you.
Again, let's suppose even if you do that, then you got to have trucks to empty that thing out.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's diamonds would probably be the easiest.
Or if you went into the safe deposit boxes and just emptied out people's old jewelry and stuff from there.
But that's a crapshoot. It's a crapshoot going into the safe deposit box.
All right. While we've been waiting for Fez, he didn't get it to us. Mikey has come across. Mikey D, one more time. Beats him to it. By the way, he had a thing yesterday, and I didn't even bring it up to Fez. He beat Fez on this thing. So then he wrote back, he goes, you trying not to have me show up Fez anymore? And I go, no.
He can't show me up, or else he'd be working here.
He actually just did send us here $750 to rent a fucking casket. That's crazy to me. $750. You might as well just say, I'm just going to put him on the couch in a fucking nice suite in a hotel for the night. Suburb suite, not a city suite.
Oh, okay.
You'd be fucked in the city. And then Leslie says, go ahead.
And then they say they change the inside. They take the whole insides of the casket out for the next person to rent it.
Yeah, you're changing the sheets. Mikey has all that written down. Say thank you, Mikey.
I had all of it before.
You know what? This reminds me. I'm going to have Mikey do my eulogy.
Oh, he would be good. He would drum it.
He would be. He'd actually put thought into it.
It would be heartfelt.
It would be nice.
Astoria heartfelt. People from Astoria are always very nice like that.
Would you want me to do your eulogy, Fez?
Yes.
I'm fucking telling the truth. If I do. I'll be like this. It's so wonderful to see so many people here that I've heard Todd say so many bad things about over the years.
Don't fucking flip the casket by the end of it.
No, they know.
Torch it.
Oh, okay.
All right, I guess we got a break here, huh?
Yeah, we should break.
Coming up, Johnny, we're doing Eric Burden and the Animals giveaway for a first responders contest. Make sure you're in on that.
I will be. It definitely will be. All right, boys.
Peace out, my friend.
Don't die today, please.
No, not until Fez gets his act together.
No, yeah. Oh, you're good. You're good for a while then, buddy.
All right, peace.
Whoa.
Who would be good to do my funeral without bringing up the word listeners or interviews? I was thinking about having Covino and Rich do it. I'm watching their TV show, and they're really doing well.
Yeah, I caught it the other night.
They got good chemistry together.
Oh, yeah.
They sell a bit.
They got their big guac off coming up soon.
We ought to try to give them Fez's thing and let them do a bit on that. These guys that look like the mascot of their college. It's up on the iBang right now.
I'm loving it.
I know you are, Chris. What do you think is the best one?
I would say
that's just racism. There's no reason to say that.
That or Parcells.
Parcells is pretty fucking great.
Parcells is spot on.
Same skin color.
And same kind of hairstyle, too.
It's up on the iBank. Check it out. Fez has done this before with cartoon characters that look like football coaches. What was the other one you did? You like to do sports and like weirdness pulled in together. That one's kind of funny, too.
Yeah, Lee Majors.
Yeah.
Eastern Kentucky.
You've been a good boy this year, Lee. We will break. When we get back, some just insane shit that happened in Egypt, where those guys are. You do not want to be a woman in Egypt under any circumstances.
That whole area of the world, you don't want to be a woman.
And we will have a funeral for Loko. It's gone. After the show today, we're doing George Lopez Town Hall. Hear ye, hear ye. It's a town hall.
They should have a crier out in the middle of the lobby just with a bell.
I'm sitting next to the crier, you mean bastard. Go ahead, Fezzy. Take the stick. Don't listen to Chris Stanley.
Shameless on Showtime now is officially a comedy. It had always been, that's as far as the Emmy Awards go. It had always been in the drama contention. Now it's going to be seen as a comedy. They gave it special dispensation from the TV Academy for the Emmy Awards. I always thought this show was a comedy.
Well, it's a dramedy, or a black comedy, I guess. It's not a laugh a minute. I mean, if you watch the show, you actually feel bad for the children.
Terrible lifestyle.
I mean, I guess because it's an hour long, people would think it's a drama, but it's...
I'm basing it more on plot stuff, and just... I don't know whether you watched it, but there's guns going off, and there's people dead, and it's...
Scams.
It's actually a little hectic.
But Frank Gallagher can be such a funny character, like when he's sitting in the bar.
Have you watched it this year? Because he's been laying in a deathbed and eating pills that he get his kids to steal for him. It's really a dark show. A baby OD'd, the daughter's a sex addict, a little girl that we watch grow up is trying to lose her virginity. It's a dark show.
It'll be interesting, though, to see it at the Emmy Awards if it gets nominated against things like Modern Family and Big Bang Theory.
That will be interesting.
And, but sometimes it's so dark it's absurd. So I think I think it's the right move to move it into the comedies category.
I'll back you up on it.
And we'll see if William H. Macy can walk away with an Emmy over Sheldon from Big Bang Theory.
Oh, they're both so good. Bazinga.
President Obama was saying that when he was asked if Russia was an actual threat to the United States now that they're moving into Crimea, he said his bigger concern is a nuke going off in New York City.
Hear, hear.
I wish the president wouldn't throw things out there like this. I think he could have said the protection of the country, terrorist threats, not to actually talk about a nuclear weapon going off in Manhattan. Plus, he's got a ton of other cities that he could have mentioned.
What, St. Louis?
Yes, anything. Yes, something in the heartland.
I mean, if a nuke goes off in Omaha, let's say, it's sad, it's awful, but it doesn't, bring the country to its knees. I don't know whether you're familiar with the financial game they play here in New York. The trade that takes place.
I think it's all going to be bad, but Obama doesn't have to jinx us. Like it's some sort of Hollywood movie that he's storyboarding.
Don't get racist.
No, I wasn't getting racist with that.
Good.
So it's nice to get presidential attention, but I just wouldn't do it from that point of view.
I agree with you.
Jim Nabors is doing his last Indy 500. I had no idea this was a tradition in the country, where Jim Nabors sings the Indiana song every year at the Indianapolis 500.
This will be it.
Started in 1972, and had no idea this was going on.
You never watch Indy 500?
I guess I've never even tuned into it. To see a 40-year tradition finally end. I guess I'll have to tune in this time just to catch the end of it.
Not going to be a wet seat in the place.
For first responders later on, the Animals on CD, the Animals retrospective signed by Eric Burden. We'll be doing a first responders contest a little bit later with Rachel when Rachel Lickman stops by.
Am I eligible for that?
Yeah, yeah.
I can win.
You can respond
as a show's co-host. I can win. Seems like cheating in a way.
If you're chosen as a first responder, sure.
Good luck to me, then.
I'm pulling for you.
Thanks.
Cheech and Chong have a new movie happening. So it's with the director who did the Broken Lizard movie. So they will be doing a new film where they go to a weed festival, the Big Joint Festival.
Stretching, huh, boys? New directions.
It's outside their comfort zone, but I think they can pull it off.
Well, I think it'll be a big success. I think people will still go to a pot movie. I think they just, it doesn't matter that it's Cheech and Chong trying to redo what they had done before.
Well, they have a lot of fans.
So I think it'll be a big hit.
All right, Fez's prediction.
The stoners are out there. Pot's getting more and more legalized across the country.
Yeah, it's true.
This thing will be huge at a Colorado drive-in. The Ford Loko.
That was a long one.
Sorry. The Ford Loko company is going to discontinue their beverage. So it was like a huge alcohol volume and caffeinated drink. Took the caffeine out a while ago, and now they're just getting rid of it altogether.
College students are going to be devastated by this. They never buy just like one. It's like pretty huge in just college towns. They're always buying like 3 or 4 at once, getting fucked up.
Can't be selling as much as you think if they're getting rid of the product.
See, I missed this. Now I feel like an old man. This 4 Loko craze was before my time. They didn't have it when I was in college.
That would have made it after your time.
Yeah, after my time. There we go.
Dumb fuck. Unfocused bastard.
That was all I had. There's a new dating trend called ghosting, where apparently the breakup is really just a disappearance.
I don't know if that's all that new.
They just found a new name for it.
Yeah.
It's like, we're going to call this ghosting now.
I'd rather ghost ride the whip. Just start dancing next to my car while it sort of rolls down the street a little bit.
I consider it just dating a girl from another town.
But now you have to worry about ignoring them on Facebook instead of just the telephone.
Yeah, that is actually harder now, I guess.
Tweet, email.
That's before my time, Facebook.
It would be hard to just disappear altogether. They're going to be able to find you if they look hard enough.
Well, you ignore. You unfollow.
Yeah, you act as if they're just dead.
You block.
Look, Karen, it was fun, but I'd rather you not poke me anymore.
And normally, don't you only have to ignore a couple before the person gets the hint and stops?
Unless they're real psycho. But the vast majority of people will realize, I guess this is done, huh?
Yeah, all right. I'm saying a week before, a week, even if it's 80 unanswered emails, they get it.
I don't know if everyone would get it or not. I think they would still. I think there's some people that would just definitely keep trying.
Rich, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey guys, Fez, please add some filler in between. This dead air is about to give me an anxiety attack, and I'm on the road here. I just can't take it anymore. Just add ums or rifle through some paper and say, let me see what I got next. Just, please help me out, Fez.
Well, be careful on the road.
Matt Rochester, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
I know those contract negotiations are coming up. I just want to voice my support. Bring back Fez. I wouldn't know where else to get my news at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Fez has got to stick today. He gave up once, Fez, but we didn't let it go that way.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think of something else here.
Good.
Don't forget the First Responders Contest coming up next hour. Your chance to win the Animals on CD signed by Eric Burden. So that's coming up next hour.
Here's Bob. Bob and Breck, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, Ronnie, talking about disappearing, I don't think it's all that difficult. Fez has been doing it for 20 minutes now.
Did Fez just ghost us?
I hope so.
Cold chill just went through the air.
Justin and Philly, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, Ronnie, got a question for you.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you know, but the mayor of Philly, Nutter, he's over in Italy trying to get the Pope to come over for some Count's family meeting and something in 2015. So I want to know if the Pope comes, can we get Ronnie B to agree to come down and do a live broadcast from Philly?
See, here's the thing. The only Catholics that are really left in Mass are the Latinos. So they're going to get all the great stuff.
The city gets the Pope and we get Ronnie B. So can we agree to that?
I'd like to come down and do something in Philly anyway. I just don't know if I want to do it with the Pope. I like this.
Cardinal Dolan.
Go ahead, Fez. You're allowed to do it.
What? You're making me a face. What?
The face, Fez, the face you made when he talked was very disturbing. I was.
Cardinal Dolan.
What did he do to you? I didn't say.
He just gave me a look like the studio was on fire. I didn't know what he was trying to say. So I mouthed what to him?
Charlie, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hey, is there a problem with XM radio? I keep hearing, like, silence every time there's a change of story or something. What's going on? See? There's silence.
Gotta answer him, Fez. John in Texas, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, you know, Ron, Fezzy does work best when you're not in the studio. Maybe you need to disappear to the bathroom for a couple minutes.
I thought that you did very good when Michelle was in here yesterday.
That was just sniper lines.
All right, go ahead, get into your good stuff. Without Chris fucking with you.
Quit fucking him up, man. Just let him do it.
Let him do his thing.
I'm gonna get out.
Why
I'm
is this?
gonna keep out of this.
Take that stick, Fezzy.
Like you do the office work.
Sounds like somebody found himself in a clip fight.
Excuse me?
He doesn't do any office work?
Well, I know we have to wait till the podcasts are all cut before we can do anything.
Oh shit! And then I come back here and I'm here, and then I come in before everyone else. So it's not like it's an hour out of my week isn't keeping me from doing any work for the Ron and Fez show. I'm here before everyone.
That's a problem. You're not here when everybody else is.
Okay.
I was going to say Cardinal Dolan is trying to get the new pope into New York. Now it's like it's almost like who can get the big get interview. Whether it's going to be Barbara Walters or 60 Minutes.
Yeah, the Pope has always been that way. The Pope is the biggest act in the world.
All the cities are competing for him.
Always have been. All over the world.
I think it's going to be Carson Daly. He's going to get this one.
We'll find out. Had a bad experience with a homeless person last night. Accidentally threw garbage on a homeless person. I had stopped into a store to get a drink, drank it, had the bottle in the plastic bag, and was walking down the sidewalk. It was already dark out. Thought that was a trash pile on the side of the sidewalk, right there by the curb.
You throw stuff on a pile instead of in a trash can?
I thought it was a pile of garbage. I mean, there was like a bin there and everything. I thought it was for the garbage man.
You think that the way to do it is just pile up garbage instead of actually throw it in a trash can?
I thought it was there for the garbage man. I was putting it in something that was there on the curb. I thought I was putting it along with someone else's trash that the garbage man would have picked up the next morning.
Yeah, but if there's let's say somebody starts to throw some trash down on the sidewalk, you just don't throw yours on top of it and think that that's a good thing.
It wasn't litter. I thought it was one of those things where it was right outside a business where it gets piled up at night for the garbage men the next day. Apparently that bin belonged to a homeless man who was all covered up in plastic, and I couldn't tell the difference between that and a regular trash pile for the sanitation department, and ended up throwing garbage on the man.
You were helping him out, making him warmer. That's kind of like his blanket. That's his down blanket.
I think it's no worse than joining in on a pile of litter, which I also think is a problem in any city. Matt in Oregon, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, who do I talk to request they not renew Fez's contract here in April when it comes up?
Oh, you're too
tired
late.
of this shit, man. He's not getting any better. It's time we all admit it. Who's that? That's not Wiki anymore, right? Who is that?
You could talk to Wiki if you wanted to.
Wiki's the one?
I'm telling you, Fez is beloved now. Beloved.
Is he beloved?
Beloved.
Huh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Matter of fact,
all right.
The shot that he gave Chris is actually concerning. That's how beloved Fez is. And how less than beloved Chris is. Tying him into somebody that everyone else dislikes. From a management point of view, at least. Was actually a good move if you want to be a prick. It's like a good prick.
I was just firing back.
I don't even remember saying anything that was dickish. I reacted to you fucking made a crazy face that looked like you got shot because you interrupted Ron, and I was just like really fucking thrown back. Like you really looked like you were physically in pain. I apologize.
Too late. You got your ass handed to you.
I know. I got fucked up.
Clip fight is over quick and easy. Marshall, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, buddies.
Yeah.
If you like Carl Pilkington, Fez Whatley is your man. He does the whole tell a joke or be a joke. He takes it to levels that no other human ever has. You got to keep him on the show.
Thank you. 866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez. John, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, Ron, I haven't heard Shelby in a while. Could Fez check the bathrooms for me?
Go ahead, Fez.
Shelby shits a lot, I guess.
You told us that he shits during the early morning meeting.
Yeah, he takes off then.
Maybe that's what that joke was about.
Mm-hmm.
And then when does Chris take off?
During the evening.
And where is he?
Cutting podcasts, I guess.
With who?
I know Bronx Johnny, other Chris. I think that's who it was last night.
Is that who you were with last night?
No, it wasn't. It was with last night.
Oh, I thought that one was on a different night.
That was Tuesday nights for an hour.
Go ahead, take that stick, Fezzy.
NASA is letting us choose the next spacesuit. So these are up on the iBang. You can see them there. Very strange. They look more like robots than actual spacesuits.
I haven't seen him. Chris won't get it for you now.
He does. He's not going to help.
He's probably got his feelings hurt a little bit.
So we're finally getting spacesuits that look like science fiction spacesuits.
Greg, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Kind of looks like Tron, the middle one.
Hey, when you guys are not on the air, is Fez able to carry on a conversation and actually listen and respond back?
That's an interesting question. I think he does very well he does better in meetings of like technical things. The creativity stuff, not as much. Today when I had to talk to Sam from Monet about something, I sat there and talked to him the whole time, and after I was done, Fezzy goes like this, "Thanks, Sammy." And I'm like, that's kind of funny, that he wasn't part of that whole conversation, but then gave him the thank you from me. Like, your time is over with the mayor.
We'll be in touch.
What was that about, Fez?
Oh, that was just, I was seeing if Sam was around, so I thanked him for coming down the hallway.
Oh, you had him waiting there for me?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that was the situation. Don't make him wait. I could go to his office.
I was just asking him if he was going to be around. So I thanked him for being around.
It was great. Bob, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Ronnie, please stop Fez before he says, "That's all I got."
He did that about 25 minutes ago, but he's still going strong. He's got a lot going on. Shelby, what's on in your mind? Why don't you take the stick a little bit?
Well, there's a video on the iBang. It's of a woman in Egypt. She's kind of dressed like any woman you'd see in America, but the problem is she's in Egypt, and they take the whole cat calls to a whole nother level. Like, they don't know. They've never seen, it seems like, a woman that's not wearing a shawl. Or a
And well, she's also blonde. And remember the girl from 60 Minutes that they were molesting over there?
In the square,
She
yeah.
was blonde. Why is this chick even there?
I don't know. I mean, Can't just go to like Texas Tech. Yeah, go all the way to Egypt.
Look at them.
I think the guy whistling has a chance.
Look how she's just trying to keep her dignity and relax, but...
And there's nothing but like hundreds of dudes following her, as in they're all around her.
You know what
as
it looks
well.
like? It looks like new fish. It looks like new fish in the prison.
All the guys right around her are actually escorting her out because I guess you have to wear like a kind of a shawl there. When she got to the school, she's like, okay, I'll just like take this off for the day. And people started cornering her and trying to take her clothes off. So they were actually kind of helping her.
So they would actually say, we will rape you here.
I guess, location's not a problem for them.
Then the weird thing is, they're supposed to be the most religious people. And we're the animals. We're the decadent animals.
And I just saw that, like, the whole Muslim Brotherhood thing, they literally sentenced over 500 people to death. I mean, going back to the whole funeral thing, they're going to be running out of space here.
A mass grave. They have a fucking mass grave.
There ain't any tombstones.
Here's the thing. A chick could walk through here in a fucking G-string and we can keep our shit together better there than they do with a woman in a pantsuit.
I can see an outline of an elbow. Jesus.
Insane.
The pink wasn't smart either. Maybe she was wearing black. That might have made
nothing. You can't see. You're blaming the victims. This is what happens all the time. Well, maybe if she would have, maybe it's her fault because she.
It looked like there was a couple of women in the mob too. A few women just joining, not with the catcalls, but at least enjoying seeing this woman harassed.
Maybe they're just effeminate dudes.
No women. The only people that call women sluts the most are other women. So, I mean, I guess they'd get in on it over there, too.
Jim, you're on the Run of Fez show.
Hey, Ronnie. Doesn't Fezzy have a fear of nighttime? And I just totally don't believe this homeless story.
Yeah. Now, this person's named down as Herbu. Herbu, you're on the Run of Fez show.
Buddies, what's going to happen after April 7th? Will you be moving to the, Frank Sinatra channel or something?
Don't have any concerns about April 7th. Don't be concerned about a thing. I'm telling you, Fez is beloved. Chris, on the other hand.
Bad.
John, Buffalo, you're on the Run of Fez show.
I was in Egypt a couple of years ago, and I met this chick, and I had sex with her, and it turned out that she was what was called a bitch, which is a girl who is not a virgin, right, and is not married. So she's then not allowed to get married for the rest of her life. And her family threw her out, and she was just going from dude to dude, just fucking them in order to, have a place to stay. So we went one day. We went into the ocean to swim, and I swear to God, there were 50 different guys, like teenagers and young 20s. I had to fight off to keep away from her because they all knew that she was a bitch somehow, and they were all going after her because they knew she was just an easy target. It was ridiculous.
Like physically trying to touch her?
Yeah, physically trying to grab her, and me and my two friends had to fight them off.
Like her ass and breast, or just
no, they're trying to grab her. Yeah, her
groping.
ass and titties.
Unfucking believable.
Come to the Nile River like that, you're gonna have to put up with some shit.
Here's the thing with me. I disagree with the Jews about everything until they get to the Arabs, and I'm going, you know what? You're right. These fucking guys, they're fucking unbearable.
This is why we never know what government to support over there. Nothing changes.
Jay, you're on the Run of Fez show.
Hey, what's going on, Ronnie?
Yeah.
I tuned in just not too long ago. I missed the beginning of the show, but I've just kind of noticed that it just seems to be a little bit of a bash on Fez Day, and my personal feeling with that is he has his quirks. He's not perfect. He has irrational fears. I think all of that is honestly irrelevant. He is entertaining, and I think he does his job.
There's no need to stick up for me. I'm not getting bashed.
Negativity. It's not needed.
There's nothing negative going on here. I'm just trying to make sure I keep broadcasting.
And I think
so. No need to be upset.
Oh no, nobody's. I'm not upset. I don't think anybody else really is. It's just it's more negative in my opinion than I think it should be.
Everything's fine.
Right on.
Coming up in just a little bit, we'll have comedian Jeff Dunham here. Also, Rachel Lichtman next hour. First Responders. Her new movie is Voice and Heart, The Guys Who Wrote 'Em. That premieres May 1st at the Chicago International Movies and Music Festival. We'll do a First Responders contest after we talk to Rachel. The prize is the Animals retrospective CD, and that's coming up just a little bit. Signed by Eric Burden.
Here we come, walking down the street. That place, it's like such a low place for a theme song to start from. Off that little drum, here we come, walking down the street. Then it starts to build. Voice and Heart are the guys who wrote that Monkees theme song, as well as a bunch of other hits for the Monkees. We'll go back to the beginning of it, so it makes sense.
Here we come.
Isn't that weird when you think, here we come, walking down the street?
It's like they're in an Egyptian crowd.
You know, you can't get off the one topic, can you? You mean like an Egyptian thing?
They're going out like poor Loko over there.
Secret Service is in trouble again for getting fucked up. This time, I think, in Amsterdam.
Why you don't expect that to happen in Amsterdam?
They've got a fucking thing to take care of, the president.
Yeah, but it's Amsterdam. It's mostly safe.
Then go on your vacation.
I don't think those guys get a lot of vacay. That's like, I'm being on call, like a surgeon.
You honestly feel good about the Secret Service getting fucked up?
Some of them, some of the time.
Maybe he was sleeping. The guy they're protecting was down for the night.
It's not like there isn't a lot of dudes that don't want this gig. It takes you a long time to get to be the guy who is on the president's team. And you'd think you don't stay there forever. To me, this is like showing up to a fucking football game drunk and you're the quarterback. And you're like, what do you expect? We're in New Orleans. I'm not going to have a couple of fucking drinks in the way.
There's no open container laws here. They should get a pass for Amsterdam. Colombia is a little dodgy because there's all those
I don't know
whores.
why. This has happened enough times now that Hollywood should have out a movie. One of those Paul Rudd fucking movies.
Oh, he gets to be a Secret Service agent?
Yeah, and before you know what's happening, he's partying, he's meeting chicks.
What happened? I lost the president.
Here's his friend Zach Galifianakis. Hey, everyone's going crazy.
This is the perfect vehicle for him to show off his dancing skills again. I mean, at least it's not hookers this time, like it was when they were in like Colombia.
I don't know where he's going with this. I thought we were talking about Paul Rudd. Now, who's dancing skills?
Paul Rudd, he's always dancing.
I didn't know that.
What movies is he dancing?
You got him. You don't think that's the guy who does the movies with Ginger Rogers, right? Because that's not Paul Rudd, it's Fred Astaire.
I was just staring at his dance moves. They were so damn good.
Larry, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Yeah, right. I mean, again, it's just news sensationalism. I mean, the Secret Service guys that got fucked up, they were off duty. It wasn't like Obama was in the next room with the Netherlands Prime Minister, and these guys are taking shots at the bar. They're off duty, and then when they had to go to work, they're all hungover. It's not nothing that crazy.
So that they got in trouble for being hungover?
Yeah, I mean, there was a rotation going on. Obviously, it's not the same guys always protecting the president on tour. It was just like the off-duty guys. They got a little rowdy, and then when they got back on duty, they were all fucked up. And,
look, if this is the gig they want, they ought to do security for the Stones. You can get really fucking wasted on that tour. Talk about a story that won't go away, too. It's Mick's ex.
Loren.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just
Every day there's a new angle to this. And I'm like, I don't know what. I didn't know that it held this much interest for people.
Yeah, front page of the paper was just him on a balcony with his kids. They were just showing him at the funeral.
Here's all I can think of it. She's 6'4".
Yeah.
How did she not kill herself years ago? Just like, I don't know, I'm so much taller than everybody at school.
I mean, after college, you can't really play volleyball anymore. Pretty much off yourself.
Too
at that
bad,
point.
because girls volleyball is a fucking great sport. You know, girls beach volleyball, every 4 years, everyone goes crazy about it.
It's the best.
They're playing in those tiny little suits. Look at the size of
All right,
her.
that's freakish. She looks
Who's
like an
she next to?
avatar. That's Sarah Jessica Parker, and she's at least a foot and a half.
Holy shit. It looks like Andre the Giant standing next to Skylo Low.
What a freak. God damn, man.
Look at the length on the arms.
She's 6'4".
That doorknob she was hanging herself off of must have been
It's probably
halfway
a big,
well, near the top of the door.
it probably was a big giant door. You know what I mean? Like they probably had everything built big for her. That actually is one of the best pictures I've ever seen of
All right.
Sarah Jessica Parker.
Sarah Jessica Parker's breasts come up to her vagina.
I know.
That's nuts.
That's why fucking Mick used to love it.
Put her titty in her vagina again.
Hey, Nick in Massachusetts, you're on the Run of Fez show.
Good afternoon, guys. Here's the premise. Paul Rudd is a Secret Service agent for the first female president, and she's kind of Clinton-like. And she's always trying to get him in situations where she could bang him.
I kind of like this,
fighting it off.
but I think it should be like this. He's like the dancing Secret Service.
Oh, because he loves to
agent.
dance.
Yeah,
No,
in all of his movies.
I just remember, look up Paul Rudd, Tim and Eric, and there's this weird sketch where he's just sitting at a computer and he's dancing like every 5 seconds.
All right,
right,
so-
but that's
so
not
that's-
a Paul Rudd movie.
That's one skit of
a-
Tim and Eric, which is nuts anyway.
Of a surreal,
Dancing while sitting.
No,
of a surreal fucking sketch thing where their job is to go, let's do something that Paul Rudd would never do.
Well, they put it. He dances all the time. Trust me. He's
You're making
You
this shit
tell
up.
us instead of saying trust me. I have zero trust for you. Zero. Howard's right. You were a mistake.
Yeah, I heard Howard laughing it up back there.
Yeah. You're a fucking mistake.
Howard, what the hell?
Okay, I've never seen him do this dance before.
He's watching himself dance.
And like pop-up ads.
Yeah.
This is basically a trailer for that new movie.
Let me just say this. You have Fez's fucking weirdness, but with more confidence to stay with it.
Thank you.
Yeah, take that. That was a compliment.
I have a beta sequence I've been working on. Would you like to see it?
Yeah, turn this off, Chris. It's a fucking waste of time.
He's just making things up again.
You were right. It's a crazy Tim and Eric fucking sketch. Period.
All of them are totally non
And then
sequitur weirdness.
This fucking, yeah. And then fucking Shelby sees that sketch and he goes like this. Yeah, this is funny because it happens in every one of his movies.
I remember in Clueless, with that crazy dance scene.
By the way, do you understand? Clueless is what, like 95, 96, right?
Yeah, what?
Paul Rudd looks the same and is still playing those cute friend parts after all these years. Something happened with him where he does not change.
Vampire. It's obvious.
The world is a vampire. The world is a vampire.
Fucking love that song.
It's the only one I really do like.
1979.
Always go for the live, huh, bro? You're fucking unbelievable at that. You're the exact opposite of radio. In radio, they always go, never grab the live cut. Always play the produced cut. Unless we're doing Bring 'Em Back Alive weekend. Chris Stanley, every single time, grabs a shitty live cut, normally shot with someone's phone.
This sounds like it was recorded off the board.
You sound like you were fucking recorded off the board. At the Tim and Eric broadcast. Fez, you petered out there. I want you to end your hour strong, too. Come on, one more. What do you got, buddy? What's Big Fez has? What are you going to read to us?
Let me see here.
Read us something and then either agree or disagree with it.
Looking at what to read here. The CNN employees that were arrested sneaking into the World Trade Center, thinking that, yes, they could... Now that other people have done it, and the skydivers turned themselves in the other day, who had leapt off of the top of it, and then the New Jersey teenager who had snuck in, they just assumed they could go walking in and get the story of the century.
Story of the century?
It's going to be talked about for years.
The other day, when you were talking about New Jersey,
sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
They thought they were going to be the Woodward and Bernstein of construction sites.
Here's Nomad. You're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, Ronnie. Shelby's actually right about Paul Rudd dancing because he dances in the movie Role Models with Sean William Scott, and Sean William Scott actually dressed up like a centaur.
Why is that
Chris
funny?
Stanley.
That wasn't me. That was Scott. And right, so one movie and one sketch. Sketch.
Hey, Sketch, are you gonna be the new drummer for the Oneaters?
One sketch. He's a dancing queen.
He was dancing on the SNL skit, too. He's always dancing. And whenever medium of entertainment.
All right, this just came in. This is funny. How come Fez will apologize for saying New Jersey, but for not trying to make the bosses hate Chris?
Chris started it.
I know. I reacted to something. I started it. I'm a fucking terrible person.
Don't react to things. Just let them go.
You're right.
It cause problems.
I just caused problems by reacting. I'm a fuck up.
Stop trying to create conversations.
This just got written into us. Since Chris is a centaur, would he need anyone on his back if he played polo? That is.
Well, obviously centaurs wouldn't need anyone on their back to play polo. They have arms.
That's cheating, though.
No, that's just how it is. A centaur would have a natural thing to be good at.
I know. I think you should carry a mallet, wear a mullet, obviously, and then have a guy on your back with a mallet.
See, that would be cheating, because now you have two mallets. As the centaur should only have, be able to have one mallet.
Every time you try to reach down and hit the ball, you just tip over.
Jack, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Ronnie, during that most recent dead air break, did I hear you rubbing were you rubbing your hands on your legs?
Yeah.
What's the story of the century? Are they going to CNN reporters going to find the dead Lindbergh baby in Freedom Tower?
I know, that was the fucking best.
Yeah.
Rick, you're on the Ron and Fez show. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Rick.
Hey, I was watching Jimmy Fallon the other day. He had Paul Rudd on there, and the only special thing that they done was a dancing thing. So I'm helping Shelby out there.
Well, they did a what do you call it? Mime. Like they mime songs on there. That bit's really long, too.
This Rudd's like a modern-day Gregory Hines over here.
Gregory Hines is the modern-day Gregory Hines.
He's dead as disco.
Poor bastard. Chrissy, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, buddies.
Yeah.
Ronnie, I was wondering if you know a good place to eat in or around Detroit going up there this weekend.
Not one.